Look at it all kicking off in there.
It's typical, isn't it?
They're just so aggressive.
Hey, it's probably a drug deal gone wrong or something.
And so, good Capulet, whose name I tender daily as my own. Be satisfied.
Oh, calm.
Do you think I should call the police?
No, don't. There might be others around. Leave it.
Vile submission. Alas, Stockata carries it away. Tybalt, you rat catcher. Will you walk?
Yeah. That was nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we can not spend
Action!
I'm just about to go on another shoot, and I wanted to talk through the Create Not Hate campaign before I go. So we just wrapped a job here, and excuse the noise in the background, but we're just sort of grabbing it before I have to jump on a plane tomorrow. So I was really excited to be asked to do another Create Not Hate campaign. It's a campaign that Trevor Robinson set up about 20 years ago. It's to allow underprivileged kids that wouldn't normally have the opportunity to write a script and to see it being made by a professional film crew and co-directed by Trevor Robinson. So they get to write the scripts and they get to co-direct it with Trevor.
My name is Emmanuel Aurelio. I'm 17 and I got involved in projects because Debate Mate, who me and Aaron's has been a part of for a while, they brought us in and they didn't really give us much information. They just said, come, there's an advertising company, and we're always usually keen to get involved in any sort of opportunities, so we just jumped at it.
My name, as you said, is Eroms Ohiweri. I'm also 17, and yeah, Debate Mate offered us this opportunity and we jumped the gun like we always do.
We really wanted it to be authentic, and obviously this is the life that me and Aaron live. And this is our day-to-day, dealing with stereotypes and us being put in boxes. I think it was quite easy, it was natural for us to come up with a strip.
My name is Trevor Robinson. I'm creative director of Quiet Storm. Today I was the director of the commercial. The project was Create Not Hate. It's a project that I started ages ago, but I revitalised because, as we all know, there's a lack of talent in the advertising industry, and I thought this is a great way to get young black talent and people from my background into the industry.
The scripts are basically taking racist stereotypes and inverting them for comic effect. Trevor took the scripts that were written by aspirational young filmmakers and he turned them into something really special, and it was the process that I enjoyed. You know, part of the process I really enjoyed was seeing them come to life. I shot with Trevor Robinson maybe 12 years ago. We shot the first one of these on film, so it's kind of, you know, it feels fitting that we're all back together doing this one. I hadn't actually spoken to Trevor before arriving here today, so this is the first time I've seen the storyboard. So we're kind of making up as we go along a little bit, which sometimes happens. The first thing you do with a director is try and break down an overview of how you break down the shots. If we go longer lens, so that's a 32, 40mm. Coming in a little bit, guys, so this is when they kind of get a bit more interested.
You're going to get a bit of light on them, just to...
Oh yeah, don't worry, No, I was going to keep it completely black.
A little bit, just a little, and then maybe a camera light, a phone light. I'll bring the top back.
We were discussing where the point of view should be, and we felt that the point of view should be with the white couple for the majority of the piece, and then when you do the transition through the glass, that's when you're with the guys inside. So it's kind of almost like a reveal.
Are we coming in on a diagonal as well so we don't get the reflection?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So I think we'll be coming in from here.
40
so let's
mil.
mark that. So measuring the angle is super important for post, because we have to match that angle inside. So whatever the camera angle is,
okay, fine.
we measure that with an inclinometer.
Okay.
And then we match that when we go inside.
Okay, so will we do that once we're set?
Yeah, once we're set, once we've got our frame,
okay,
you just make sure you get what we call camera data. So
sure.
you get the height, the lens, size, the focal distance, the focus distance, and then the most important thing is inclination of the camera.
Okay.
Because that's how they match the angle up.
Sure.
So what we're going to do is we have one coming from one side, because we're going to have our two actors here, and we're all soft light around here. So I think it would look nicer to have a couple of soft sources we can control quickly, but I know it takes a while to make them up. If we got enough power out of the L80, I'll go with the L80. We're shooting with a Red Dragon. We're going to use it with Cooke lenses. As you probably know, if you look at any of my Instagram, I really love shooting Cooke. And I think that the marriage is actually pretty good. I think the Red works really well with Leica and Cooke, personally. Cookes and Leicas have a very cinematic kind of softness, soft but sharpness to them. So Red's kind of really pixel perfect kind of image you get from it. And I think that combined with the spirit of the lenses works really well. I mean, it kind of adds to the mood. It's like, it reminds me of Seven, you know? Raining in every exterior. Set.
And action!
And the rain's great. Sure.
Action!
Set.
And action!
Really huggle around that table more. So the fella on the right, on the left, get him to get a bit closer to the table. We're losing him.
The timing should be, as we pull focus, we get the bang.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
So that's what we're aiming for. And then you go, we've nailed it. Sort of that sort of thing would be around here, where you do that, and then you have somebody else applauding you guys. And then I would jump back outside to a shot like that. Huh? What's going on?
So for this one,
Yeah.
it's stopping mid-line.
Yeah.
And then back into it.
Exactly.
Because you got the longest. I think it's more natural.
Yeah.
You've got longer lines.
Yeah.
So do it naturally. You don't.
Okay, good. Yeah, just going to find out about the mist. But I think this is quite a nice shape. We actually want to try and create the atmosphere, make it feel quite dramatic and quite dramatically appropriate lighting, but the lighting still has to kind of fit into the environment and not look too theatrical. But I kind of like the idea of it looking a little bit theatrical, because in a way, what they're doing is quite theatrical. So we decided anyway on having a shaft of light directly onto the table, which I'm hoping if we put some white on the table, it's going to uplight all of them. So I wanted something that will give Trevor the freedom of allowing him to have the actors move anywhere around that table and all be kind of equally lit.
And action.
Ward, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me.
Hold calm, dishonorable bar of submission. Alas, the Carte carries away.
Therefore, turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee.
I tell you what, I don't think you stop your dialogue at all. I think all you do is a little look down, right? And what I can cover off is your hands and the script. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. And then you just a little look down and go, and so you don't kill your flow at all.
Ward, this shall not excuse the injuries that you have caused me. Right? Therefore, turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise. Still.
So let's see what singles we get here. So you can drift from here to here. Mm-hmm. That's it, and then track left. So you cheat it all this way, cheat it all that way, and just rotate them round. So you end up basically doing your free shot here, and your singles here, and then do a free quarter over the shoulder here, so you get this fella over the shoulder.
Okay, fine.
And then go into singles from there. Do you know what I mean? A little bit of that.
We want to get all his dialogue on this side, and all the dialogue from this side, because he's eyeballing him most of the time. So then we've smashed it, and then we'll come around and get him.
That was nice.
I've managed to kind of build up quite a kind of loyal crew at the moment, which has the advantage that when it comes to pro bono work, that they're up for it. And it was really quite a lovely conversation I had with a producer, because she phoned me up and she was kind of a little bit kind of like, oh, do you think you'd be interested in doing this campaign? I said, yeah, sure, I'll do it. She goes, what about crew? I said, well, let me see, I'm here with them now. And I just shouted out, does anyone want to do this campaign with Trevor? And everyone went, yes, straight away. And I said, yeah, you got a full crew. And that just made me feel proud, you know, of the crew just saying yes. They didn't even ask any questions. They immediately said yes, they want to be involved with this. So that was great. One phone call, a producer to me, and then, you know, we had a shoot kind of planned, which I felt really good about.
Make sure you're ready.
Man, make sure you're ready.
Guys know how I am with the blade. Don't watch that.
Yeah. Just make sure you're ready for when he's here, yeah?
Hear what? We need to move quick.
Yeah, G. You know what I'm on? Make sure your hand is steady for the cut, yeah?
You're right. Don't want too much blood.
Literally, fam. And make sure your knife work is 30, yeah? And keep your mask on. Everybody ready?
Yes, Doctor.
Let's do this.
They wash their hands, put the gloves on. Who puts the gloves on? Was it normally the nurse or something?
I remember them standing like that, and waiting for someone to...
Yeah.
That's the kind of
thing.
trope, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, I've got a very unusual request to ask you. We're doing a little film on people in a theatre. Now, when the surgeons come into a theatre, what's the procedure? Do they pull their gloves on?
Now we walk in our green scrubs with the hair covered, the shoes covered, the hands up, and then we get given everything that we need in order to be completely covered. We call it like we have a clean nurse and a dirty nurse. The clean nurse is gowned up, completely sterile at the patient, and the other nurse gets things out of cupboards, and then it's like...
And she's the dirty one.
But like if we need gloves, for example, they come doubly wrapped. So the dirty nurse takes the gloves out of the cupboard, opens the package, doesn't touch them.
Great, that's brilliant.
Catherine.
We just send you a photo of me in scrubs.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Catherine,
Just for our own personal collection, that would be amazing, actually.
All right, and a couple of pictures of the dirty nurses. But what do you think? What kind of lighting is it with their first dialogue?
I think it's an overhead fluorescent light, which goes up here, and I think it will make it moody, and it will fit in with this environment, and it will give it that kind of, that kind of sinister quality.
What I want as well, I'm going to need.
Yeah.
If they're like you two, like this. Sorry, I'll come around this way. And then when I say ambulance, just sort of like look this way, like nervous. Ambulance. Yeah, and then they go back into talking. So you think that they hear the police car, they're up to something. You know what I mean? But they're doctors, and they're just responding to the ambulance or something. Anyway, but I thought that's a nice way to start it. Do you know what I mean? And then you're in their conversation.
What you kind of want is the audience not to question the environment, not to think about the environment, just to be in their conversation. And then when you reveal the environment, they don't go, oh yeah, well you were misleading us at the beginning. Do you know what I mean? It's
exactly, because it's been there.
It's been there all the time. It's just that they didn't notice it. Do you know what I mean? And I think we do that with light.
Music bed. And ambulance.
We're going to lose these lights here, in here. I'm going to use this shape, if it's okay, and have the shape so it's towards camera, so I don't know if we bring the base round to here and have the arm up here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stick one of our lights in here. We'll put the base round here. I think the base will probably be back here or something, and that'll be producing the majority of the light. Let's get a single tube and just put it along here because it's a nice easy hide. Yeah, and then mini there, single tube there, and if that's not giving us enough, we can always uplight them there. It's about hiding lights. We're finding places you can hide lights, really.
I need everybody focus, please. Sorry to be bossy.
Okay, camera's feeding. Set.
And action!
Everybody ready? Everybody ready?
Yes, Doctor.
Let's do this.
It's extremely difficult to get into film. When I came through, I had the opportunity of going to film school, and I actually left college without the correct qualifications to do that, and I went onto an access course. So it's kind of in my heart. It gave me the opportunity to turn my life around, and so to be able to kind of like be involved with a charity that basically allows people that normally wouldn't have the opportunity to get into the film industry, and it gives them a chance to kind of get a sense of it. With young people, a lot of it's about what they can see themselves becoming. It's about having a sense of what they could be, you know, and it's other people kind of seeing something in them, or them having a sense that something's an achievable dream. That's really important. So that experience that they had on our film set, I think is going to stay with them, and they're going to now know that if they work hard, they could have a place for real, you know.
When we're seeing professionals in the industry taking time to use our idea and get out real actors, it was actually really scary and really daunting.
The amount of detail and the amount of precision that was taken into every single shot, every single motion is just, it's kind of crazy. The amount of cuts as well. It's like, let's say for example, something so minimal would like stop the whole production and like have to restart it just to make sure that everything was on point.
I want to dabble in a bit of everything, me personally, to get, because I thought that every role has a special thing that like, I didn't know it brought until I was there sitting there watching it happen. The actors, the directors, even the camera crew, yeah, how quick they are with doing it, like it's all really marvelous.
Every job and like field, it all like spoke to me in a sense. In terms of being like a director, for example, being an actor, that's really like, it was really interesting, and seeing how they all came together, yeah, really interesting.
I don't think they'd ever been on a professional film set like that before, and the fact that we're all doing it for them, it must have been quite special for them. And they were just enjoying the process, but they clearly had an idea of what they wanted, what they expected it to be. So they had comments, and they'd sit with Trevor, and just hearing the banter between Trevor and the writers was really great, actually, because you could see them seeing their ideas come to life and how exciting it must be for them. And it made me go warm and fuzzy inside. Particularly when I saw the young writer and Trevor heard the actor on screen saying his lines, you could see he felt kind of a bit emotional about it, and it was really, really sweet to see. And just seeing the bonding between him and Trevor was lovely as well.
I'm going to thank the bait mate, also our friend Holly, because she was involved as well. Yeah. But yeah, the bait mate a lot, because without them we wouldn't be there, and obviously people who connected us to the bait mate from our school, Madam Corley, like the teachers that sent us through there. Yeah.
Thank you, Quiet Storm, for allowing the behind the scenes again on another one of your shoots. It does seem like I only work for Quiet Storm, but we do work for other production companies, but Quiet Storm are generous enough to always let us shoot behind the scenes. It's just part of Trevor's spirit of wanting to help other people learn about filmmaking, which is the Create Not Hate campaign, right? So if any other producers are listening and you want a really great BTS of a really friendly film crew, then you know where to come.